The summit will be important for India to ensure continuity of its priorities in the G20 after having hosted a very successful presidency in 2023. As you are aware, the G20 has emerged as a premium forum for international economic cooperation, as well as for discussing matters of global significance. The G20 provides an excellent opportunity for the leaders of these large economies and emerging economies, representing over 85% of global GDP and around three-quarters of the world population, to come together and discuss important issues impacting the world. These include important matters such as accelerating progress on the Sustainable Development Goals, reform of global institutions of governance, tackling environmental and climate challenge, debt sustainability, bridging the digital divide, energy transition, emerging technologies, underscoring the importance of international coordination and cooperation in addressing contemporary global challenges. Under their overall presidency theme of solidarity, equality, sustainability, South Africa has identified 4 key priority areas for its G20 presidency this year. These are: number 1, strengthen disaster resilience and response; number 2, debt sustainability for low-income countries; third, mobilize finance for just energy transition; and fourth, harness critical minerals for inclusive growth and sustainable development. The 3 plenary sessions of the Leaders Summit weave in these priorities areas for discussion by the leaders on 22nd and 23rd of November. We have conveyed to you the theme of these plenary sessions also in our announcement yesterday. The Johannesburg G20 Summit will mark the culmination of the first cycle of 20 G20 presidencies. The priorities identified by South Africa are aligned with those of India's G20 presidency and that of Brazil, ensuring continuity in the G20 discussions from the perspective of matters that are important to Global South. The Indian G20 presidency, as some of you would recall, had established a disaster risk reduction working group, signifying the importance India attached to this matter. The South African presidency has carried forward the important work related to disaster risk reduction and resilience as one of the key priorities of its own presidency. Similarly, through the Task Force on Food Security, the South African presidency has carried forward the dialogue on this important challenge as well. The South African presidency has, in a way, continued focus on issues of importance to Global South. The New Delhi's Leaders Declaration has provided a strong basis for many of the G20 outcome documents adopted this year in the various ministerial tracks. The Indian presidency's flagship priorities such as digital public infrastructure, women-led development, the action plan to accelerate progress on SDGs, as well as key outcomes of the working group from last year, including the disaster risk reduction working